Now this is an interesting lake.
Oh, why is it so warm?
That is really warm. Llama have child in stomach. Llama get killed. Take fetus. But the next spot as well is when NASA actually went and they tested the soil and the land because it's similar to Mars. We have this guy. Oh! Oh! Calm it down, brother. Oh! Welcome to day 2 of the Uyuni Salt Flats tour. And as you can see, I'm in the middle of nowhere. What am I doing here? I'm not sure. Probably should have looked at the itinerary a bit better. All I know is we get to see some flamingos and a volcano and a few other bits and bobs. However, at the moment we're in some random remote railroad town that has almost nothing here. We've driven this morning and it is cold, it is early, and I'm ready to continue on this journey to Chile, to San Pedro de Atacama, which is tomorrow. We've got an adventure ahead. I'll see you in the car. So our guide made us wait to look at the diesel train. I'm not sure why. Here's the train. Next stop, we've made it to a lagoon. Turns out there's like 27 of these lagoons all around this spot right here. And yeah, there's flamingos and there's these birds that he said if you laugh at them, they'll laugh back. So I really want to test that theory. I hear them laughing. Let's see. You ready? Ha 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 ha! Didn't work. Ha 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 ha!
It worked for 7.
It did? Alright. Okay, it works on the humans, doesn't work on the birds. But there's more flamingos down there. Made it to the flamingos. You can see them all just there. Yeah, but this is gorgeous, man. Oh, where are they going? And just to give you a representation of how cold it is, this is the edge of the lake. Oh. As you can see, that is ice. So the lake has started freezing. It turns out this whole section is basically ice. Whoopa. Whoopa. I don't think it'll hold me. Maybe here? Nope. Slid along it. I wonder how far I would get before it collapses. Not far at all. Okay. That's enough of that. Next stop. Llamas. Got a bit of an insight into llamas and how they're used here, as well as how much they cost and everything in between. What's interesting is an adult llama for sale is worth about 2,000 Bolivianos, which is maybe $200 US, a little bit more even, which is kind of expensive. I didn't realize that would be that expensive. Turns out they give birth a lot as well. Within a week of giving birth, they can get pregnant again, which means that there should be a lot, and I don't know why the price is so high, but it could be a lucrative business. However, here's our llamas. Check them out. They're all over the place. You know how in Australia we just have kangaroos? Bolivia just has llamas. Just everywhere. And then yeah, there's also wetlands, so you have to be careful not to fall into anything. Yeah, that's solid. You can't get too close. Like you can get close, but not too close. Also the circle of life. I'll explain it real quick in llama terms. Basically, llama have child in stomach. Llama get killed. Take fetus, dry it, burn it. Ash goes to astrology, stars, and then it goes over the land, fertilized land, llama eat land. In simple terms, that's what we were told. Now we just got llamas. Also, while I'm chilling with my llamas, I would just like to thank the sponsor of this video, Geysers. They are the reason why I'm able to stay connected and upload these very videos every single day. If you are traveling soon, I would highly suggest using their plans and use my code KALIM15 for 15% off your first purchase. Link in bio. Llama. Also, a bit more information that I've remembered. Turns out San Pedro de Atacama, that is in Chile now, was originally part of Bolivia. But however, during Carnival, when they had a sort of semi-ceasefire, they got attacked and it ended up getting given over to the Chileans, or the Chileans took it back in like 18 something rather. However, also back then when they did have war, there was more of Bolivia, even this region, that they were trying to take. And what the locals did was they dressed llamas up in clothes and in shiny objects. And when they would move, the binoculars weren't that great, so they thought that there was actual people coming. So they ended up protecting a bit of their land by using llamas. We're in a rock valley where you can see snakes and birds, dogs and cats in the rocks. That's if you look hard enough, of course. We've landed in another spot. And you may be wondering, it looks pretty flat, there's not much going on. Well, you would be surprised, as I was surprised, that we are almost 4,400 meters above sea level, which is insane. That's almost the height of the Salcantay Pass that we did, the highest point on the Salcantay trek, only 200 meters more, and it's just a vast open land here. Now, the volcano in front of me, that right there is Ollagüe Volcano. And if you can see that all the way down there, if you cut it in half, half of it is active, it's owned by Chile. The other half, which is passive, is owned by Bolivia. You definitely can't see it from here, but I can barely see it. There's actually steam coming from the top of the volcano. And even like right here, that's a volcano. They're obviously not active. That one is actually, but this one isn't. It's pretty interesting to see how wide this land is and how high up we are. Like, even if you look at the plants, they're not tall. The animals, they're not here. It's because there's less oxygen in the air and things actually can't survive at this height for very long. Even this moss plant right here, we were told that it grows by 1 millimeter every year, which is tiny. Interesting spot. However, the next spot as well is when NASA actually went and they tested the soil and the land for something rather, because it's similar to Mars. So we're going to go there now and we're going to see, I don't know, what the closest thing to Mars is that we have on Earth, because we're that high up. And we're actually, I think we're going to peak at about 5,000 something meters, which is Rainbow Mountain height. So it's crazy that we're up here this high, and I'm alhamdulillah feeling good, because it's been a challenge at times. There's this little plant here as well. Look at this, the one that's meant to grow at 1 millimeter a year. I don't know if it's the same thing, but that is a unique plant. And now we head. Check this spot out. It is so windy. However, we have made it to some hot spring geyser lagoon thingo in the middle of nowhere. And we have flamingos. Can't see them yet, but we're going to get closer and we're going to take a look. Alrighty, check this out. Make slow movements and slowly just move a bit closer to see these animals up close. We have now found a new spot with even more flamingos. Check this out. I don't know if you can see this, but on the coast there's a bunch of feathers instead of sand. Oh, let's not go that way. That seems to be moist. It's incredibly windy. We are, I think, 4,600 meters above sea level now. We're going to peak at around 5,000. Yeah, less oxygen. This is basically where the Salcantay Pass was. Flamingos. As it turns out, this is the last point where we get to see the flamingos. We have to say goodbye to him. Because we're not going to see him anymore. Oh, I just want to sleep. Check out our cruiser, bro. Look at this. Hey, nice. Next stop, once again fell asleep in the car again. I don't know why, every single time, take a nap. But check this out. We got this little seed here. You may be wondering, Kelly, what's that rock? What's that rock right there? If you can even see that. Well, it is that rock over there. A unique standing rock that we will go check out. However, this is a bit of a dated map, but I guess you can kind of see we're in the Potosi region. I think we're somewhere around here. This is the border with Chile. Argentina's over here. And we're going to end up at San Pedro de Atacama by tomorrow. But now, yeah, we're going to check out these cool rocks. And you may be wondering how they are formed. You can probably hear the wind and how strong it is. That is formed by the wind and sand. So in the winter, this region can get to minus -25. And the winds can get insane. So when the wind goes, it blows the sand and it blows it and it creates these formations with these rocks that are quite unique. And as we can see, this one in front, human for reference, we're still 4,500 meters above sea level, but the winds are freezing. It's such a unique structure right there. This is the checkpoint to get into the national park, which is this spot right here. That's our car. That's our spot. That's Laguna Colorada, which is the red lagoon. By the way, when you do want to come through here, you have to pay 150 Bolivian just to get into the national park and drive through it, which is expensive, very expensive. However, you do what you got to do. Now this is an interesting lake. Check that out. That is Red Lake right there. Not bad at all. That is red. MashaAllah, check that out. You know why it's red? Because the flamingos and the blood in the ocean. We got the most incredible explanation. I don't even know what, but I don't know the exact reason why it's red. I wish I knew. But I got told that the reason why it's red is because of the wind. And the analogy that was used was if someone was slapped in the face and leaves a red mark, that's what the wind is doing to the lake. Which I guess is a decent analogy, but it took a long time to explain. And I still don't actually know the reason other than the wind. But nevertheless, beautiful. And this right here is meant to be a restaurant or cafe. Probably going to go try work it out. There's someone sitting inside, so maybe we'll go sit inside, grab a coffee. I don't know. We'll see if we've got enough cash. Turns out the cafe is open, which we will check out in a little bit. However, we just wanted to check out more of this lake because, man, this is unreal. It's actually huge. To think that we're like 4,500 meters above sea level. It's insane. I'm not 100% sure if we're able to go down to it, but we are committed. We're going to touch the red lake. However, it doesn't look like we're going to be able to touch anywhere where the actual red is. We just can touch the lake. Now there's a flamingo just chilling right there. And this is our lake. Oh, just don't fall in. That's the main goal.
Oh, why is it so warm?
That is really warm. It must be like a geyser or something this side. That was incredibly warm. I don't know if the rest of the lake will be warm. Maybe if I feel a bit further. No, that is warm. That is warm. I'm sure the whole lake isn't, but has to be some water coming from somewhere. Mirador Aguascalientes. I thought that was in Machu Picchu. How do I... Oh. Just a piece of advice. I got a hot chocolate. It's just instant chocolate. And the coffee, coming from a Melbourne barista, she was dying. I don't know what she was doing. She was suffocating the milk. Literally held it down and destroyed the milk, but hey, it is what it is. There's not much competition out here, so can get away with it. But it was okay. It got the job done. It was something warm. And now we head Now after another major sleep in the car and the sun also saying goodbye, we have this, the geysers. And if you can see the steam, but they are hot. Let's go check them out. Just don't get too close to the edge. It's a bit smelly. Oh. Oh. I don't think you can swim in that. Oh. Yeah, I don't think you can swim in that. So as you can see, we have this guy. Oh. Oh. Calm it down, brother. Oh. Hey, he's probably been holding that one in for a while. Oh! Why do I keep turning it away at the wrong time? You know, the only problem is, it is that cold that it looks enticing. It looks like, oh, I kind of want to touch it. But the thing is, whatever this is arm's reach. Oh! I'm going to touch it. Let's see.
Oh, oh my goodness. I was not expecting it to be that soft.
That is gross. Gross. Ew. Okay, you can't see nothing right now. You see the stars? Probably not at all. I'm in a hot spring right now, in the middle of Bolivia somewhere. There's like this behind me is the changing room, but right now, yeah, you can see. Torch, hot spring. You can't see nothing. So the stars are incredible. That has been day 2. You may be wondering, why is it so dark, Kadim? Well, at 10:30 they decide to turn off the lights of this place as it runs off a generator, I'm pretty sure. However, that has been day 2 of the Uyuni Salt Flats tour. If you enjoyed, it would mean the world if you could subscribe, as it will allow me to continue doing this. I am a bit puffed because we are still quite above sea level, I think still over 4,500. However, I will see you all tomorrow for day 3 when we head across the border into Chile. You ready? Watch this. I'll see you later. We are here and we have no idea where to go. I've got no connection on my phone, no way of contacting anyone. Next stop, we have another line to go into Chile. Problem is, I think this line's going to be a while and it is pretty cold. We are going to munch now. Come on. But look at this line. Look at that. All the way down to here.